Hi Capricorn, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your March 25th, 2024 full moon lunar eclipse reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. All the good things that YouTube likes, so thank you so very much for doing so. So let's see what the tarot has to say. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. Okay, these. And show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Fantastic. Okay. So we are crowned with the Knight of Swords, air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. If we have air sign energy in our chart, if we're born on the cusp with Aquarius, this new moon is in Libra, so that is also an air sign energy. We are going to find that this time pushes us forward very, very powerfully. It's also a time where we really start to kind of like take the bull by the horn and be the hero of our own story. And that is going to be very powerful, very brilliant. This is going to be very much a confidence boost. It moves us then to the King of Cups reversed. We can be overwhelmed by the emotions of the world. We can be overwhelmed with emotions in general, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer. We can find ourselves, kind of weighed down by those signs or by that energy. So just be mindful about this. Also within ourselves, Capricorn, we can be feeling things so intensely and we could be like, why am I sad? Like, why is this so overwhelming? This wasn't overwhelming before. Why is it overwhelming now? Because we're feeling things so much more intensely. And that can almost feel like we're drowning in emotion. So just be aware of this during this time. It moves us then to the Tower reversed. We love a Tower reversed. We're coming out of a very profound, very intense time that shattered us. It did. And it doesn't mean, I know shattering us sounds bad, okay? But it doesn't mean that it has to be bad, okay? A Tower time can be getting married and figuring out like how to make that work, right? It can be having children and be like, oh my gosh, how does that work? It could be a time that really tests us, that's overwhelming to us, but then becomes beautiful. This is going to be a time that we have been through. It's for a count of 16. It might be from the time we were 16, right? We can be going through trials and tribulations from, for 16 years, for 16 months, 16, weeks, 16 days. There is something here where we've had to fundamentally change. And it's also fundamentally changed the way we see the world. And this is going to be a time where we say, okay, that top was blown. Like that was intense. That crumbled. That was, something. How do I rebuild? And now I am rebuilding towards what I need, towards where I need to be, towards what is sacred to me. We are going to start to see with the Two of Swords opening up, we're going to start to see a flexibility to us, Capricorn, that we might not have known we had. And we start to see ourselves moving forward on a path we didn't expect. We thought it had to be A or it had to be B. And now we're going to see ourselves moving in a way that is rather surprising to us. It moves us also to the Nine of Swords reversed. The Nine of Swords reversed is releasing worry, doubt, fear, and chaos. We are going to see ourselves releasing the energy that kept us stressed, that kept us up at night, that kept us worried, that kept us from feeling like we could breathe. And it brings us to the Ace of Cups. It's interesting because we take this gift because we have the King of Cups right there, but we don't know we take it, right? We don't know we take it because we haven't fully stepped into the King of Cups yet. And the Ace of Cups is God's source spirit, however you see the divine, the universe, handing us a healing, beautiful love, handing us a cleansing of emotions, a release. We might find that during this full moon, we have a good cry and we don't know why. We don't know why. We just sit down and have a good cry, or we can feel like we need to go for a run or, need to do something very, very physical to just like release this energy in us. However it comes up in us, it's going to come up and we need to release it. you know, especially especially crying, because crying is usually something we like wipe away and we say, "Oh no, I'm fine," like, "I'm so sorry, I'm fine," type of thing. We don't sit there and say, "I'm just going to have a good cry. And I'm going to let myself cry. I'm going to let myself release, and I'm going to be kind to me." And that is going to be a very important and very beautiful thing to do, Capricorn. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Now, if you are interested in entering to receive a free reading, put a shamrock in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on Sunday. So good luck to everyone. And if you want to be notified when that video comes up, hit the bell notification. All right. So let's see here. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Okay. So we have earth and wisdom. A lot of our wisdom is going to come from the earth. So being outside, being in nature is going to be very important for us, very powerful for us, especially as earth sign energies. So that is beautiful. And we are also a lot wiser than we think we are, Capricorn. Our chakra message, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading. This is soul's healing. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. We are going to really feel and be graced by healing energy moving us forward. We are moving forward towards healing, towards love, and towards what we deeply desire in our lives. And this is going to be a time where that healing comes through very powerfully. It moves us then to our energy to be mindful of. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides. Be mindful of strength. So this can be Leo energy, yes, but this is also the energy of might equals right. And that can be for ourselves, that we just want to kind of charge into something or make something work, like force it to work. But this is also going to be others really pushing, really forcing, really saying it has to be just like this. So just be mindful about that during this time. This is also a time frame of July 23rd to August 22nd. Okay. So with with the Knight of Swords, the Knight of Swords, again, air sign energy, but moving forward in the power of our throat chakra, moving forward in the power of our voice, connecting with spirit. But I always see the Knight of Swords as the White Knight card, as the Sleeping Beauty prince for one reason or another. I don't know why. It's always Sleeping Beauty, but it is the prince that charges down, the hill that slays the dragon, as we slay our own dragons in our life, metaphorically speaking, that cuts through the brambles, that cuts through the poison of the world and existence as we do our own, and ascends the tower, right? Ascends into awakening what has been asleep for too long. Part of our personality, our subconscious, our sacred feminine. It could also be our sacred masculine, but usually in the world, it's our sacred feminine that has been asleep for too long. And we start to see ourselves in a way that we hadn't imagined we could. We start to see ourselves as somebody who can instead of somebody who can't, or somebody who wants to, but the time isn't right quite yet. So do be aware of this during this time with the Knight of Swords. There is a power and tenacity and a real sense of I'm going to go and get this during this time, which actually plays perfectly into the astrological setting of this full moon in Libra. It's a lunar eclipse, it's amplified, and then the full moon is conjunct the south lunar node, which is reinforcing endings. So Libra is all about relationships. It's all about Libra's energy. It's all about people pleasing, which Libras might not like to hear, but very people pleasing, also very don't rock the boat type of energy coming forward. But with it being conjunct the South Lunar Node, we're really starting to awaken to our inner sovereignty, our inner power, our sense of, but this is what I want. This is how I need to move forward. And it moves us to the Knight of Cups, the King of Cups reverse, where there is a sense here of, but what do I love? Right? What do I love? We are being overwhelmed by emotion, overwhelmed by feeling and chaos and intensity and just a sense of, okay, like, okay. And during this time, we have to realize that there is something in our world, because of the state of the world, because of everything that we've been through, that we can feel overwhelmed by existence. We can feel the emotions of others. We can feel the energy of others. And that has unbalanced us. We are going to be seeing that we are getting back our balance, most definitely. And we're starting to see the ways that we need to move forward. With the tower reversed, we are starting to pick up what has crumbled. We are starting to pick up and rebuild what we kind of had our mind blown. It's like, oh, wow, it's not like that. Oh, wow, it isn't this. So it's kind of like, little kids were like, oh, wow, that's how that works type of thing. And we're going to see ourselves coming out of a time that was emotional, that was intense, that was powerful, that has redefined us. And we're starting to see things very differently than we have before. With the Two of Swords, we're seeing a path open to us that we hadn't realized we needed to walk, or that surprises us. We always thought it was going to be like this and it was going to be like that, this path, that path. This is the way that it just is. And you're going to see that the unconventional comes forward. Now, that can also be hard for us, Capricorn, because we're ruled by Saturn. Saturn is very conventional, very rules oriented. And we're going to see here during this time that we're embracing the way that we need to move forward for us. And as we do so, it moves us to the Nine of Swords, where we start letting go of certain worries, certain fears, certain doubts that we had, certain ways that we thought, but it needs to be like this, right? It needs to fit into this box. It needs to look just like this. And as we release that worry, we start to say, oh, but it can be like this? Oh, but it should be like, or like, it should be like that for me, you know? And we can get mad at ourselves for saying, why did I waste all that time? But it was part of our journey. It was part of our discovery. We are seeing ourselves again. And that is going to be a powerful, beautiful thing. And it moves us to the Ace of Cups. It moves us to a place of healing. It moves us to a powerful release during this time, especially around relationships that no longer serve us. And it opens up our heart. And we're going to see that from this time forward, right? From this time forward, we are going to be moving in a direction where we say to ourselves, what do I love? How does my heart move me forward? Where's the joy in this? What's really cool about a full moon is that, it's the conglomeration of the time, like the spotlight from new moon to full moon. But it's not just from the last new moon to the full moon. 6 months ago was the new moon in Libra. That's the time where we set our intention. This full moon is that intention brought forward. If we have a diary, go back 6 months. If we don't have a diary, if you're like me and you're like, I don't have one, just look back. Like, look at the calendar, look back and say, okay, what was this time? Try to visualize where you were then, where you are now. You're going to be surprised. You're going to be surprised at the intention that you set, the way that what you were working towards, and where you stand today. Now, you might say, 6 months ago was better or it was worse. But there is something here that you've come to the head of. And you're like, but this is where I need to be. Like, this was the revelation. It moves us to our subconscious spirit message. And this is meditate reverse. We need to meditate. We're not going to want to. However you meditate, whether it's praying, whether it's sitting in a lotus position, meditating, whether it's going for a walk or washing the dishes, it doesn't really matter. This is going to be a time where meditation is going to be hard for us. It could be, watching a candle flame. That's a beautiful meditation. But we're going to need to meditate because it's going to help us tremendously. Our subconscious chakra message is the solar plexus chakra, but it's reversed. So this is our inner strength. We don't see ourselves as strong. And this is going to be a time where we need to look at our gut, right? We need to look at our inner strength, our inner feeling, and look at how we need to break free and what we really want to be the hero of in our life. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is Libra energy. The moon is in Libra. This moon is going to be challenging. Even though it is beautiful, it is going to be challenging. So just be aware of this. And also be aware that everything can't be just and fair to everyone. Somebody's going to be disappointed, and that's okay. Right? You can't make everybody's favorite dinner, right? That type of thing. It moves us then to the Six of Cups reversed. And this is the past coming through very strong. So just be aware of this, that we can live in the past much easier than we can live in the present. And Spirit's saying, no, embrace your present, embrace your joy, embrace where you stand right now. Stop looking at the shoulda, coulda, wouldas of the past or the joys of the past, right? We want to embrace the joy that the past has given us, but living there can sometimes be overwhelming. So just be aware of this during this time. All right, Capricorn. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this full moon and of this lunar eclipse and of ourselves. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Capricorn. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless, and have a blessed full moon and lunar eclipse. Bye.